As the first next-gen entry in a beloved PlayStation franchise, infamous Second Son has the unenviable task of proving itself not only as a worthy successor, but as one of the few AAA titles worth playing on the current crop of consoles. Does Second Son have what it takes to carry the series' crown, or does it all go up in smoke? Set 7 years after the events of Infamous 2, Second Son has you play as Delson Rowe, a Native American delinquent and graffiti artist with a knack for getting arrested by his older brother Reggie, the town sheriff. After a military vehicle crash releases 3 superpowered felons, or conduits, Delson comes into physical contact with one, accidentally absorbing his memories and ability to control smoke. Though initially terrified of his new powers, a run-in with the sinister Augustine, leader of the DUP and fellow conduit, leaves his tribe brutally wounded, convincing him to take the fight to the streets of a quarantined Seattle. It's surprising to think that with the series' former installments featuring themes of romance, friendship struggles, and wild plot twists, that Second Son could fail at capturing the same sense of quality narrative. Sadly, the game's main storyline is practically bare bones. Though the initial urge to rescue your tribe and clear the conduit's name is strong, it quickly disappears once the focus turns to acquiring one power after another.
He's cool. He's normally cool. He's just not today.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Second Son's true narrative strength comes through in smaller moments. The interactions between Delson and his law-abiding brother Reggie are unique in their ability to convey years of sibling rivalry. A remark here, a subtle dig there, all add up to 2 very believable characters. With voice talent like Troy Baker and Travis Willingham, the dialogue only becomes stronger. Likewise, credit must be given to Second Son's antagonist, Augustine. The female conduit's menacing demeanor is one of the strongest performances to come out of next-gen consoles to date. Every whispered threat and spiteful accusation will embed her in gamers' memories for some time to come.
I see we found something in your size, but just to be sure.
Easily the strongest aspect of Second Son, the series' signature style of play returns, with a few knockouts and knockdowns. Through Delson, players are given control of 4 separate power sets, including Smoke, Neon, and Video. Each stands out visually, but offer different approaches to each encounter. Smoke is pure destruction, while Neon rewards players for aiming at certain body parts. Video's special move turns Delson invisible, calling up an angelic companion to distract enemies.
I guess if you got stuck with only one power, invisibility isn't so bad.
No kidding, right? I've been planning what I would do if I could turn invisible since I hit puberty.
And this conversation is now over.
Despite this varied list, each power has the same general moves, give or take a few. R2 emits a rapid-fire projectile, and R1 a missile attack. Each shot is beautiful to look at, but it's hard to notice any difference between the amount of damage they deal. It begs the question, what's the point of absorbing all these powers if we gain only minimal improvements, rather than broad leaps?
So, I know I'm gonna regret asking, but what's new?
Each battle is a blast, though, and just difficult enough to challenge the player's instinct to rush in blind. New to Second Son is the ability to fire projectiles without zooming in, allowing for more versatility and options in combat. Zipping from street side to rooftop makes evading enemy fire an absolute breeze, even if you do get stuck on the occasional ledge. Enemy AI isn't astoundingly smart, but will utilize concrete powers to raise tough shields and launch into the air, forcing you to adopt new tactics and abilities.
I can shoot missiles from my hands?
As the first next-gen Infamous game, it'd be easy to say that Second Son outshines its predecessors. And does it ever? Seattle is infinitely a more interesting place than not New York or not New Orleans. Colors and textures immediately pop to create a dazzling visual display, whether in combat or just exploring the city. The vistas seen from tower roofs are a sight to behold, extending from one end of the city to the next. Couple that with impressive motion capture performances from voice actors, and you've got a world that you'll want to go back to just to stare at longingly. The game's particle physics engine is simply amazing. Certain structures like DUP roadblocks shatter in a glorious storm of metal when Delson fires his rockets into them. Zipping around using each power's unique dash move leaves trails of smoke or neon light flowing in your wake.
I can hear you breathing! Wait, is that me?
All in all, Infamous Second Son is a title the PS4 desperately needs, and proves itself worthy of the hype surrounding it and the series. While lackluster story elements and minor gameplay issues stick out like sore thumbs, it's only further evidence that the game is a shining beacon for next-gen gaming. I give Infamous Second Son an 8 out of 10.
Right? And of course, the only downside being that, nope, can't think of anything. This is pretty freaking awesome.